Hello everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to our show, ImportationsThibault.TV, TTV. Today we're going to introduce the brand new Sportmax Q4 from Dunlop. During the time that I was preparing for this review, I took a moment to speak to our friends over at Dunlop, talk a bit about some of the characteristics of the Q4. But there was one message that was clear, and they wanted me to really bring that through to you guys, is that the Q4 is a brand new category of tire. This in no means does this replace the Q3 Plus. The Q3 Plus still remains active in the lineup, and it has its place too. As you can see, the Q4 has got a really aggressive look to it. It almost looks like a pure race slick. It's not far from that mark. There are very few evacuation lines, as we can see on the center of the tire, but that's not where we need to put our focus. This tire is designed as a performance tire. It is absolutely your track day guy. It's your aggressive performance rider that's going to have an interest in this product. I think it's really important that dealers should properly educate some of their consumers and not lead people into purchasing this tire as being your everyday commuter tire, because it will fall short of some of those expectations. Where it doesn't fall short from is on the other side of the spectrum, where that performance rider that we have that's looking for that really key performance, sticky, race-inspired profile and compound. And this is what this tire is going to offer you. So let's get into some of the construction details of the Q4. And I think a good start would be right from the foundation, or the carcass itself. They begin with a lightweight monoply first layer, following a second layer of aramid, or otherwise known as Kevlar. There's a very important key feature of the introduction of carbon fiber technology within the sidewalls. Now what this does is it offers you an enormous amount of feedback to the rider through the handlebars because of the rigidity in that construction. So where you're going to feel it most is really hard on the brakes, super aggressive braking. You're not going to get that squishy feeling. And then mid-corner you won't get that wallow that we can sometimes get out of some other manufacturers. What really caught my attention when I first set eyes on the Q4 was its bold, race-inspired looks. An attractive on-tread branding, the single narrow groove down the center of the tire. But when you take a closer look at it, you can also see these micro lines all throughout the construction of the compound. Now, that there is called jointless tread technology, or JLT, in the terms of Dunlop. So what this means is there's no joints or overlays in the lamination of the rubber over the carcass. It's one continuous strip of rubber that's extruded directly onto the carcass during process. So those are wind marks that you're actually seeing of the rubber that's being laid onto that carcass. Now what this allows them to do is to control the thickness of each one of those bands throughout the entire construction, determining the profile of the tire. One thing Dunlop was able to achieve with the limited amount of groove pattern on this tire was the increase of functional footprint compared to the Q3 Plus. The Q4 uses a specially formulated ultra-sticky compound, much like in their race slicks. It's carbon black only without the use of silica. Unlike the Q3 Plus that utilizes silica to achieve higher mileage in their dual compound, the Q4 is a single compound tire. The Q4's all-new compound doesn't require any tire warmers when you're at the track. In fact, it even outperforms most race compounds at lower temperatures. Dunlop participated in Moto America's preseason test earlier this spring, and their test rider had astounding results using the Q4 without any tire warmers up against other racers riding full-blown race slicks, and still placed within the top 10 times. We also have reports of incredible lean angles up to 62 degrees, which has never been seen before in a street legal tire that Dunlop's produced. And last, before letting you go, Dunlop recommends cold tire pressures being set at 30 psi in the rear and 32 in the front. Well, that sums up our review on the Sportmax Q4 from Dunlop. Keep your eye open on the next episode. We're going to be reviewing exhaust systems from Two Brothers Racing. And before letting you go, please, I'm going to remind you, subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you soon.